Do you ever feel like AI is moving faster than you can keep up? Like everyone's talking about it, using it, and you're standing still. Maybe you've even caught yourself thinking, I'm falling behind. Maybe you've watched a teammate use an AI tool to do in minutes what used to take hours. Maybe you've sat in a meeting where everyone seems to speak a language that you don't understand. That's not anxiety, that's a pattern. And today, I'm going to name it. Because here's what I've learned after years of working with leaders across various industries. The most dangerous thing isn't AI itself, it's the fear that freezes you while everyone else moves forward. Welcome to the High Impact Leader Podcast, a leadership podcast for business owners and leaders who want self-managing teams, stronger accountability, and scalable performance without carrying everything themselves. If you're ready to focus on leadership design, not just effort, you're in the right place. G'day, I'm Brendan Rogers. Let's talk about the AI fear pattern and how you can start designing your leadership instead of freezing. This is the AI fear pattern. Here's what it looks like. You've built your career on expertise, years of honing your skills, building deep knowledge, developing intuition that only comes from experience. And now AI comes along and can do some of what you do, maybe faster, maybe better, and certainly cheaper. It feels like everything you've built is being devalued overnight. You feel the pressure from everywhere. Your board asks about AI strategy. Your team uses AI tools daily. Your competitors talk about AI constantly, and you feel like you're standing still while everyone else runs forward. The fear builds, the anxiety grows, and instead of acting, you freeze. Maybe you tell yourself you'll figure it out later. Maybe you hope it'll blow over. Maybe you convince yourself that AI is overhyped and things will go back to normal. But they won't. And the freeze gets deeper. This is the AI fear pattern. And here's the thing. You're not alone. It's everywhere in business leadership right now. So what does this actually look like in reality? Well, let me paint you the picture. You avoid AI discussions in meetings because you don't feel you know enough to contribute. When someone mentions a new tool, you stay quiet instead of asking questions. You say, we should look into that, but never follow up. The intention is real, but the action never comes. Weeks pass, months pass, the opportunity passes. You feel threatened when your team mentions new AI tools. Instead of curiosity, you feel jealousy or defensiveness. You might even subtly discourage experimentation because it makes you uncomfortable. You mentally dismiss AI as a fad or not for our industry. You've built a mental firewall to protect yourself from the discomfort of change. But that firewall also blocks opportunity. You secretly worry you're becoming irrelevant. You wonder if your years of experience still matter. You delay decisions about technology because you're afraid of choosing wrong. You keep waiting for the right time, which never comes. You feel exhausted keeping up with the pace of change. The constant stream of new tools, new terms, new possibilities drain you, and exhaustion leads to more avoidance. The pattern shows up as avoidance, delay, and quiet anxiety that builds over time. So why does this pattern persist? Because it makes sense at first. And there's three forces that keep you stuck. The first force is identity threat. Your expertise is what you do. It's who you are. You've spent years building your knowledge, your skills, your reputation. You've earned the right to be the expert in the room. And now AI challenges that expertise. When a machine can do what you do, what does that say about you? The threat feels personal because it is personal. It's not about efficiency or productivity, it's about worth. And the second force, loss of control. Leaders are used to having answers, being the one people come to when they need guidance. You've built your leadership on competence, on being the person who figures things out. But AI can generate insights, create strategies, draft communications, analyze data. It can do the things you used to do. So what exactly is your role now? If the team can get answers from a machine, what do they need you for? That loss of control is terrifying. It's about work. It's about identity. It's about relevance. And the third force is the unknown. You didn't become a leader by being a tech expert. You're an expert in your industry, your people, your market. Technology was something you delegated to others or mostly ignored. But AI feels different. It moves too fast. New tools appear every week. The landscape shifts constantly. If you don't figure it out now, you'll never catch up. The gap feels insurmountable. And these three forces combine into a pattern that's hard to break. The pattern feels logical. It feels protective, but it's actually holding you back. And here's what most leaders don't realize. Staying in this pattern is already costing you, and the cost compounds over time. There's the culture freeze. When you're frozen, your culture freezes too. Your team watches you avoid, delay, and dismiss. They learn that experimentation isn't safe. They learn that bringing new ideas gets met with silence or pushback. That ripple effect spreads faster than you think. We constantly see teams mirror their leaders' energy around technology. If you're excited, they experiment. If you're afraid, they play it safe. Your fear becomes their ceiling. And this is what we observe in coaching clients across the high-impact leader community. There's innovation suppression. Every idea that dies in a meeting because you're not ready to discuss it, every tool that never gets evaluated, every process that stays manual when it could be automated, that's innovation being suffocated. Not by lack of resource, by your fear. And there's ownership decline. Your best people want to contribute, to try, to build. When you freeze, you're essentially telling them their judgment doesn't matter. You might not say it, but they feel it. We see this all the time. The most capable people leave first. In our work with business leaders, we consistently see the most capable people leave when experimentation is discouraged. They go somewhere where their curiosity is welcomed, where their ideas get tried, where their growth isn't blocked by a leader who's afraid. And another area it's costing you is your value erodes. And here's the reframe that matters. Your value was never information production. Your value is judgment, is clarity, is leadership, and decision making. That's what we've always valued in experienced leaders, and that hasn't changed, and that will never change. AI can generate content. It can't generate trust. It can analyze data. It can't build teams. It can optimize processes. It can't create culture. The leaders who break free understand this. AI handles the volume. They handle the vision, and that's the exchange. That's the amplification. So how do you break free? Here's what high-impact leaders do differently. They don't let fear drive their decisions. Fear is a data point, not a destination. Acknowledge the fear, but don't let it make decisions for you. High-impact leaders feel the fear and move forward anyway, because they know the cost of standing still is much higher. High-impact leaders, they design clarity around what AI means for their role. Instead of wondering, will AI replace me? They ask, how can AI amplify me? They look for the intersection of their expertise and AI's capabilities. They find where they can leverage AI to do more, not where they can be replaced. This shift from replacement thinking to amplification thinking changes everything. It transforms AI from threat to tool, from competitor to collaborator. High-impact leaders, they build ownership by trusting their team to experiment. High-impact leaders create space for their teams to explore, to fail, and to learn. They don't block AI adoption, they encourage it. They don't punish experimentation, they reward it. This builds team engagement and drives accountability. When your team knows they're trusted to try new things, they bring more energy, more creativity, more ownership to their work. And they lead through design, not pressure. Rather than reacting to every new AI development, they design their approach intentionally. They create frameworks for evaluation. They build processes for adoption. They lead with intention rather than scrambling in response to every single trend. I want you to take a moment to reflect. Where have you felt the AI fear pattern showing up in your leadership? Maybe it's in meetings. Maybe it's in decisions you've delayed. Maybe it's in conversations you've avoided. And what's the cost of staying in that pattern? Now be honest. What's it costing you in competitive position, in team performance, in your own energy and clarity? And what would it look like for you to design your leadership around AI rather than react to it? If this leadership pattern resonates with you, and I suspect it does, you don't have to navigate it alone. The High Impact Leader Club is where we go deeper. It's the place for leaders who want to design their leadership intentionally, instead of reacting to what's coming at them. You'll find others working through the same challenges, people who understand the pressure, who know the fear, who are choosing to move forward anyway. The question isn't whether AI matters, it's whether you lead through the change or be led by fear. Check out the club at leaderbydesign.au/club. Until next time, design your leadership, build your team, lead with impact.